filmed a video here in so long. And so if some of you guys who are newer don't know who this is my cat Scooter. He stays at my mom's with his twin brother Stormy, but he is such a special little guy and I love him so much. He also got shaved recently because his fur mat's really bad. Well, not recently, he got shaved like before Christmas and his fur is just kind of growing back in now, but you can kind of see still where like the cut was. He had a lion cut. And his little, like, paws, you can see the boots still kinda. Can't ya? You said I was shaved. I wore sweaters all winter. Okay, thank you for joining us. Hey dudes, what's up? I've had numerous people ask me to make videos covering some paranormal games, paranormal rituals, whatever you want to call them. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And yeah, I'm going to be starting with the Midnight game. I'm going to explain what it is, how to do it, and some like rules and stuff to follow. I will not be trying any of these rituals out. I did get requests to try them out myself. I just don't think I want to. If these games do play out the way that they say that they're going to, it's not something I want to put myself through or open myself up to just in case something bad does happen. I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, that's what today's video is gonna be about. We're gonna be talking about the Midnight game, and I guess let's just get into what it is. So the Midnight game originated from an old pagan ritual that was used to punish someone who disobeyed rules and basically kind of show what happens when you disobey their gods. So in the Midnight game, you basically let a spirit or entity named the Midnight Man into your house to follow you around for about 3 hours and 33 minutes. It is played between the hours of midnight and 3:33 a.m. So if you can survive that entire time while playing this game at 3:33 in the morning, the game will end and you are safe to go about your day. In order to play this game, you need a piece of paper, some sharp tool used to cut your finger to get a drop of your blood out, something to write with, a candle, matches or a lighter, some kind of thing that you can use to pour salt out. So a salt shaker doesn't really work unless you are going to like unscrew the cap. And then the last thing you need is a wooden door. For some reason it does have to be wooden and it does have to be your front door. So if you do not have a wooden door at the front of your house, you are going to have to go find a different location to do the game in because you do need a wooden door. You can play this game with other people. You don't have to play it alone, but if you are going to play it with other people, they all have to have these materials themselves too, and they will be playing their own game. So you can play in the same location, but you can't play the same game. Step one is to take the piece of paper and your writing utensil and write your full name out on the piece of paper. So first, middle, last. You can't use nicknames, you can't use aliases, you have to write your entire name on the piece of paper. And then after you have your name written out, you're going to prick your finger and let a drop of blood hit the piece of paper and allow that drop of blood to soak into the paper with your name on it. Now, whenever you do give a spirit or an entity your full name and a drop of your blood, you do become very vulnerable, which is why I believe this is used to summon the Midnight Man. So if you are going to play this, just be cautious. You are giving the Midnight Man a lot of information about yourself. A name is very powerful and so is your blood. So if you do plan on playing this, just be cautious. So after you get your piece of paper with your name and the blood on it, you are going to turn off all the lights in your house. You can't have any lights on. The only light that you're able to have during this game is the candle in front of you that you will be holding the entire time. That is the only light you're allowed to use from 12 to 3:33 in the morning. Do not open your fridge, don't open your stove, no microwaves, you can't use your phone, you can't use a flashlight. Go to the front wooden door, leave the piece of paper in front of that door. So after you put the piece of paper down, you're going to take out your candle and you're going to light it. And then after the candle is lit, you can start your 22 knocks. You're going to knock on the wooden door 22 times, and the 22nd knock has to be exactly at midnight. If it's after midnight, if it's before midnight, the game won't work. So make sure that 22nd knock is exactly at midnight. And when you're done with your 22 knocks, you are going to open the front door, blow out your candle, and then close the door. And at that point, you have allowed the Midnight Man into your house. And so now the game begins. Right after you close the door, you're going to immediately relight your candle. So the entirety of the game, you have to make sure that your candle stays lit while you're walking around your dark house. The whole point of the game is to continue walking around, because if you stay in one place for too long, the Midnight Man will find you. If you go to bed, the Midnight Man will find you. Make sure you're continuously walking around your house. Some signs that the Midnight Man is near: the room will get really cold. You will hear whispering. You might see a dark humanoid figure walking around. If you do, that is the Midnight Man. The entire goal of the game is to make it to 333 while avoiding the Midnight Man. So if you hear whispering, if you see a dark figure, if it gets cold, turn around and go to a different part of your house or wherever you're playing. Just make sure you avoid the Midnight Man. The whole point of having matches or a lighter is that sometimes your candle will go out. If your candle does go out, that signifies that the Midnight Man is near you, and from the time it goes out, you have 10 seconds to take out your matches or lighter or whatever and relight that candle in order to continue playing the game. If you cannot successfully relight your candle in 10 seconds, you have to draw a circle of salt around you. So with this step, you cannot draw a circle on the ground and then step into it. You have to draw it around you. So like kind of turning in a circle while drawing the salt. So that's why it's very important not to have a shaker, because you're unable to pour a circle of salt around you. If you do get to the point where you have to draw a circle of salt around you, you have to stay in that circle for the entirety of the game. So you can't leave until 3:33 in the morning. So if for some reason your candle goes out immediately after midnight and you can't relight it in 10 seconds, you have to stand in that circle for the next 3 hours and 33 minutes until the game is over. The Midnight Man will leave your house at 3:33, so just stay in that circle. You might still see things. The Midnight Man will try to scare you, but when you're in that circle, you cannot get harmed. Now, say your candle goes out, you can't relight it in 10 seconds, and you're unable to draw a circle of salt, or for some reason you draw the circle and then get in it, the Midnight Man will attack you and cause you to hallucinate, making you see your greatest fears. On some forums, I did see that the Midnight Man can kill you. I saw that he can rip out your organs while giving you these hallucinations, and you will feel it, but you can't do anything because you're sitting there hallucinating. In other forms, it does say that he just makes you see your greatest fears. He doesn't want to harm you, he just wants to scare you. So I'm not 100% sure if you can be killed by the Midnight Man or if he just wants to scare you a lot. If your candle goes out and within the 10 seconds you are able to relight it, the game will continue. You can just keep on moving about your house. If it goes out again, relight it within the 10 seconds. If you can't, draw the circle of salt. That's basically the entire game up until 3:33 in the morning. And so once the clock does hit 3:33, you are able to go to bed, you're able to go about your morning, you can do whatever you want because the Midnight Man will leave at that time. Now I'm pretty sure it's just common knowledge with all things paranormal and all entities and ghosts and things like that, but do not provoke the Midnight Man at any time. Spirits, ghosts don't like to be provoked. It makes them angry, and while you're playing a dangerous game like this, it's just not good to provoke something that is around your house trying to get you, whether it's to kill you or just scare you a whole bunch. Just don't provoke it. So that is the Midnight game, start to finish, all the rules. Again, I will not be playing this. I will not be playing it ever. Walking around my house in the dark at midnight is not something I really want to do. I have a hard time walking in the dark from my bathroom to my bedroom sometimes. It just doesn't sound like a good time to me, so I'm sorry if that is upsetting anybody that I will not be playing the game, but I will not be playing the game. If any of you do decide you want to try to play this game, please, 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 please just be cautious, be careful, really think it through, make sure that it's something that you want to do, and don't take it lightly. Like I said, don't provoke him, don't make jokes, stuff like that. Just be careful. With this game, you are inviting something into your house that isn't there originally, so I just don't think it's a very good idea. I can't stop you from doing it if you want to, but I can say you probably shouldn't. But with all of that being said, let me know what you guys think of this game in the comments, and let me know what kind of paranormal game or ritual you would like me to cover next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everybody.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire